everyone, I'm Naduni from the Link4 team, and I will be your host for the day. Thank you so much for joining with us today with this webinar. We're due to start in just a few minutes. We're just going to wait maybe a little longer so that everybody else can join in for the session. So while we wait, a reminder that today's webinar is an exclusive session for Link4 users. It's put together for the purposes of a product announcement that we have. And we wanted you to know first that Link4 has revamped its user features and interface. And now you can experience smarter and easier workflows, bringing you the future of e-invoicing. Also, since it's the webinar, you will not be visible or heard today, but you can use the Zoom chat feature to share your questions. And it'll actually be really beneficial if you do have questions. So please send us your questions as they come to your mind, and we will tackle them at the end of the webinar. All right, I think we can start today. And as I mentioned, we have today with us Link4 CTO Sam Hassan. Hello, Sam.
Hi, Nadine, thank you.
All right, so as we've mentioned in the invite, today's webinar is titled Link4 Interface, bringing you the future of e-invoicing. Let's start. Let us share our screen. All right. Okay, so starting with today's agenda. So we will talk about the new interface, the Australian e-invoicing network, as most of you would know by now, PayPal. And Link4, of course, is an ATO and PayPal accredited invoice service provider. Then we'll talk about customers and suppliers who are ready for invoicing. How do we know all of that? How to send your invoice first, how to receive e-invoices, and how can you send all of your invoices through Link4 through one platform and why, as well as the new settings. So to take over, I'll hand it over to Sam, but with a small note that we want to thank everybody who has joined us today, and that we appreciate that you have been with us for over 6 years. And it's because of you that we try to improve Link4 invoicing, to streamline your processes and make life so much easier for you. So, all right, without further ado, Sam, please take over as you're the expert in today's session.
Thank you. Thank you for that. And thanks for everyone who's attending today. I can see some names that we have been either interacting over emails or support, or have been using Link4 for years, and we are always honored and happy to be working with all of you today. Please feel free to send your questions through the chat box or the questions if you would like to stop us or ask about anything even during the presentations. So today we'll start talking about the new Link4 interface. Over the last couple of years, or over the last year or so, we have been asking our users about their feedback about Link4, how they use it, and how we can make it even better for them. We collected all the feedback, and I'm expecting some of you have received feedback surveys about the interface, the features, and what you would like to see in Link4. And your feedback really matters to us, and that's what always keeps us improving the product and adding additional features to meet your needs and requirements. So the new interface, we created a new interface interface for Link4 now, which is more clean and user-friendly as much as possible. As you can notice on the screen now, the screen has less maybe sections, but focused more on the transactions that you are sending or receiving, and the network or the invoicing network, so you can see which of your customers are on the network, or if one of your customers need an update to their email or ABN, you will see all of that on the network feed section as well. The new interface will allow you to be to switch between your invoices and purchases easily, and we combine the network section, which is the customers and suppliers, in one tab, so it's really easier for you to find all your trading partners. Okay, so we believe that you have heard about the network or the invoicing network or PayPal recently, but let's try to make it easy for you to really understand what's the invoicing network. The Australian government have decided to select standards called PEPL. That standard started in Europe years and years ago to facilitate the invoice delivery or data delivery between the customers and suppliers. It's very similar to sending a text message through the mobile networks now. So the sender will have a service provider, let's say you're using Telstra, and the receiver will have a service provider, let's say it's Optus. Using your mobile device, you create the message. The service providers will communicate with each other to deliver this message to the receiver mobile network on the other side. That's almost exactly the same with e-invoicing. The supplier will create the invoice in their accounting system, either it's Xero, Mobile, QuickBooks, or whatever. And through service providers like Link4, we can deliver your invoice in and out between suppliers and customers. And here we mean the invoice data itself, from your accounting system to your customer's accounting system straight away. I'm expecting most of you are receiving invoices through Link4 now from suppliers like BUC, CNW, Samuels and Sheriff, and others. So it's exactly the same. There is no difference between what's happening now and what you can do with Link4. You can send your invoices with Link4. I'm expecting that maybe most of you are or have been using Link4 to receive more than send, but now you can use Link4 to send and receive as well. If you have any questions about the invoicing network, please add it to the chat box. And I'm sure Naduni is following up or taking care of the chat box. So is there others on that network now? Yes. So the Australian federal government have decided to mandate e-invoicing on federal government or departments. And they are even promising to pay invoices to their suppliers within just 5 days if you send an e-invoice. They call it the 5 days payment promise. State and local government departments are on the invoicing network as well, like New South Wales government. Since March this year, they have mandated all their departments to be able to receive invoices. Other states like South Australia and Victoria either are on the network already or will join the network soon. Enterprise businesses like BUC Gas, Bunnings, Combank, and others are also on the network, and more than 17,000 businesses are on the network as well. So definitely, if you using Link4 now, we will show you how to activate the network settings from your Link4 account, so you can see which of your customers and suppliers are ready for invoicing. One of the important parts about the invoicing network is the ABN. So the ABN is the identifier for your business on the network. It's similar to your mobile number. So your ABN is your identifier on the network, and the same for your customers and suppliers. So it's essential for you to add the supplier ABN in your accounting software. If you're using Xero, My QuickBooks, and you are connected to Link4, just add the ABN in your accounting system, and Link4 will synchronize the context for you, and we will show you if your supplier or customer is on the invoicing network, ready to be to receive or send invoices or not. You will find 2 actions in Link4. One of them is going to be invite. If your supplier is not on the network, they don't have invoicing capabilities yet, the invite button will send an email to your customer and supplier to invite them to the invoicing network. If they are already on the invoicing network, the action button will say enable them. And that gives you an additional level of control over how you can use Link4 by enabling or disabling the suppliers. So when you enable a supplier, when they send an invoice to you through the network, it will be delivered to your accounting software straight away. For whatever reason, if you stop dealing with this supplier or you don't want this invoice to be delivered to your accounting software straight away, if you click on disable, that doesn't mean that the supplier is not going to be able to create and send the invoice to you. They will still can, but at Link4, we'll stop this invoice for you and let you know that this invoice is coming from a supplier you have disabled, and you still can accept or decline this invoice. How you can send your first invoice. So when you connect your accounting software to Link4 and you create an invoice to one of your customers who are already on the eInvoicing network and marked as enabled, Link4 will pick up this invoice from your accounting system and we will deliver it to your customer straight away. So you don't have to change your process, just create the invoice, and based on your accounting system, please check our support pages to show you how to send which button you need to use. Like in Xero, it's approved, sorry. In I think Mayo, it's again approve or save. In QuickBooks, it's save and close. So you can look at our support pages. We have help pages for sending the invoices for each and every accounting system connected to Link4. In terms of receiving invoices, you can also receive your invoices through Link4. If you are on the eInvoicing network, your suppliers will be able to send the invoices to you. And one of the main differences between what you are already doing now with Link4, let's say you are connected to one of your suppliers like BUC, CNW, and Service, or Sherv, or others, the feedback we have been receiving from you always was we need more of our suppliers to send invoices. And with the eInvoicing network, this is the chance for you to find more of your suppliers on the network able to send invoices to you, which will come to your Link4 dashboard, and then it will be delivered to your accounting software straight away. Rather than talking about this settings section from the presentation, I will switch now to Link4 New Interface and show you some of the features in the interface itself. So as you can see, this is the new interface. The main sections are the transactions, so the invoices that you have sent, or the credit notes, or in purchases you have received. So you'll be able to see the transactions coming through to your system straight away. The other section is going to be the network feed, and by that we hear the eInvoicing network feed. As you can see some of the suppliers or customers on the network and if they are active or not. You'll be able also to see the transactions or the invoices that you have sent, the purchases you have received for Link4 in a more graphical and attractive way than it used to be before. So with Link4, as I said, you can send all your invoices out through Link4, and you don't have to think which of your customers is on the eInvoicing network or not. As you can see here, there is an option now in the setting in the back end, in the settings section, basically to allow sending invoices to your customers who are on the Link4 or the eInvoicing network, or even not. This will send a PDF copy of the invoice to them. The reason behind this feature is you don't have to think, okay, should I send this through eInvoicing or not? All the invoices will be delivered. Link4 will get all the invoices from your system, find out if your customer on the other side is either on the eInvoicing network or not. If they are not, we will send it as an email with a secure invoice page online that they can see through Link4 as well. The next section is the settings section. You will see that the settings sections were improved with more features, like, as you can see here, the first one is the eInvoicing settings page, where you can activate sending or receiving invoices through the network, and you have the control over if you would like to activate both of them or just one of them. We definitely recommend that you activate both of them all the time. I will stop sharing and log in back to one of the test accounts and try to show you some of those features in one of the real accounts. Just a sec. Naduni, do we have any questions in the chat box?
Yes, I was just going to mention about that. So while we wait, we can take up any questions. A couple of questions have already come. All right, so one of the questions that we got, Sam, somebody has asked, can I approve my invoices before they get sent through Link4?
Yes, so in one of the settings in Link4 now, you can have an approval process before sending the invoice out, or even when you receive the invoice in, there is an approval process as well, if you would like, before the invoice gets delivered to your accounting software. That's usually helpful for any kind of business where someone's creating the invoice, but they need the manager to approve the invoice before it goes out of the system or before it goes to the customer on the other side.
Right. All right, so I hope that answer clarifies the question. Moving on to the second one. Can I manage the frequency of notification emails we receive from Link4?
Yes, as well. So we received feedback from some of our users saying that they receive a lot of notifications sometimes from Link4 because we send a notification with each and every transaction. So in the new settings section, you can manage the frequency of the notifications, and I'll be able to show you that in a second.
Right.
So yeah, can you see my screen again?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. So the new e-invoicing section, as I said, from this section, you can activate sending or receiving e-invoices. You can also activate sending all your invoices through Link4, and that will pick up all the invoices created in your accounting system, and we will deliver it to your customer on the other side, either through the network or through emails if they are not on the network yet. Under your account section, you'll be able to see the approval process for sending the invoices out. So this will basically hold the invoice in Link4 before it goes out to your customers. You will have to log into Link4, approve the invoice before it goes out. The same for review the purchases, the purchase invoices. When you receive an invoice from one of your suppliers, you can review the invoice at Link4 first before it goes to your accounting system. If you would like, and this is one-step approval process, if you would like to have a multiple-step approval process, you can activate approve purchase invoices. This will allow you to have up to 3 steps before the invoice gets delivered, and that is based on your workflow. If you have that internal workflow that require additional approval from multiple team members, then you can use this one. If you just need one approval process, you can use the review. And as you can see, you can activate or deactivate them based on your preferences. In terms of the integrations, under the account section here, you will see 2 things or 2 new features in Link4. So the reminders, if you are sending all your invoices through Link4, we will be able to track the status of the invoice if it's paid or not. And if the invoice is not paid and the due date, you can use Link4 to start sending reminders to your customers who didn't pay for paid their invoices. You can also select the frequency, which is basically the number of reminders to be sent, either on daily basis or weekly basis. If you select like 2 reminders on a weekly basis, this means Link4 will send 2 emails to your customer each week to remind them to pay the invoice until it's paid. You can also see a template of the message that you can use here, and you can edit this template and save it so it will be sent to your customers each and every time. Another new feature in Link4, you can select to send those reminders to all your customers or specific customers. We understand sometimes you have some customers who are not paying on time or something. You can select those messages to go to them rather than sending to all your customers if this is what you would like to select. In terms of your Link4 plan, you'll be able to see how many, which plan you are on, how many transactions you have consumed during the month, how many sent, how many received, or even if you would like to upgrade your plan, you can do this from here. When you are sending invoices to your customers, especially government departments, they require your bank details to be on the invoice or within the invoice data that you are sending to them. And this is for your security because your customers will receive your bank details within the invoice, so they definitely pay your correct bank account, not any other bank account they even might have and you're not using anymore or something like that. In all the pages of the new interface or the settings section, you will find links to the knowledge base section where you can find some of the support help pages that we have created already, or you can contact our support team at any time from here as well. In terms of the integrations, you will be able to see which accounting software you are connected to. One of the cases that we have received several times recently is someone who's using one accounting software and they would like to switch to another one. You can easily go to the integration section, disconnect your old software, and this will give you the option to connect your new software to Link4 and keep using Link4 as easy as it used to be before. You don't need to change anything. In terms of the invitations, as I said, you can invite your customers and suppliers to the eInvoicing network, and you will see here that the first thing is, so enable sending the email invitations using your email address that you have used to sign up to Link4, and also using your company logo. And this will give your customers and suppliers more assurance that this email is coming from you. Again, those features are activated by default, but you still can change them if you want to. The invitation message itself, or the template of the invitation message is here. You can edit the content if you would like, and you can, again, save it and send it to your customers the way you want. To the notification section that we received from the chat box, you can manage the notifications frequency, either for sending or receiving invoices or purchases, or even notifications from the network. So every time you create a new invoice, when the invoice is sent successfully, we send you a notification message. You may select to have just one daily notification email, or even weekly or monthly as a report if you would like. The same for the approval required. If you are sending your invoices out and you activated the approval step, with each invoice, we'll send you a notification that there is an invoice waiting for approval as well. The same for purchases. When you receive a new invoice from your suppliers, you will receive a notification. With each one, you can select to have that as daily, weekly, or monthly, or all of them. It's up to you to select the frequency that meets your requirements as well. As I said, with Link4, it's one of the unique features where we let you know if your customers and suppliers are ready for invoicing or not. So let's say you signed up to Link4, you signed up to the invoicing network now, and you would like to see your customers and suppliers, but 2 weeks from now, one of your suppliers joins the invoicing network. Link4 will detect this and send you a notification about that as well. So to the network page, when we are talking about customers and suppliers, as I said, you can synchronize your contacts from your accounting software, and you'll be able to see who's invoicing ready. So you can enable or disable them. You will see the status they are invoicing, or they are on the invoicing network. If you would like to see the others who are not on the network yet, you can see, let's say you don't have the ABN in your accounting software, you can add the ABN here in Link4, update the ABN, and we will show you the status. If they are not on the network, you can select to invite them, or even you can even select to invite all your contacts at once. That's for customers, and you can switch between customers and suppliers to find out which one is on the network or not. Back to you, Naduni. Do we have any other questions?
Yes, Sam. We've got one more question that just came in, but I think you might have indirectly sort of answered this already. It's about payments. So let me ask it from you anyways. So they're asking, can I use Link4 to collect payments from my customers or pay my suppliers?
Yes, so we have recently added this feature in Link4, and it's very helpful if you are sending all your invoices out through Link4. So if you do that, Link4, you can activate the payment section, the payment settings from the settings page, where you will be able to collect payments from all your customers when you send an invoice using Link4. Or even if you would like to use Link4 Payment Gateway to pay your suppliers, and that will be through the invoices and purchases pages. When you receive a purchase from your supplier, you can just click on Pay Now button, and you'll be able to see all the collections and payments in this new page here. If you have made any collections from your customers, to be shown here, or if you have made any payments to your suppliers, it will be shown here as well.
Right, thank you for that, Sam. We've got one more question. do you have a list of account software you integrate with?
Yes, so you can see that on Link4 website itself, link4.com.eu, and on the homepage you can see all the accounting systems we are connected to. We are connected to more than 15 accounting systems now. Let me also share my screen and show that to you. So as you can see here, Link4 has connections or integrations with the most popular cloud accounting systems from Xero, QuickBooks, Reckon, Sasso, Zoho. As you can see, all of those cloud accounting systems, you can just sign up to Link4, authorize or use Link4 as an add-on. We are listed on the marketplaces of all the cloud accounting systems here. Or even if you are using an enterprise or ERP system like SAP or Oracle or Pronto, just get in contact with our team and we will help you with all your integration requirements for sending and receiving invoices.
Yes. All right, I don't see any other questions, Sam. So in that case, we can go ahead and conclude today's webinar.
Yeah, sure. We would like to thank all our customers who joined us today with the new interface. If you are at this stage, the interface is still in beta version. Please let us know if you would like to use the new interface, and we will. Our support team will help you with updating your account to the new interface, which is going to be available for all users starting August.
Sam, we've just got one more question. Let's tackle that as well. They're asking, can you send an attachment with an invoice?
Yes, so if you create the invoice in your accounting system and you attach a file to this to the invoice, yes, it will be delivered through Link4. You can attach different types of files like Excel sheets, Word files, even pictures, and that will be delivered to your customers through the invoicing network as well.
Let's just wait a little longer. Sam, there's one more question that I'm waiting for some clarification.
So we'd like to thank Darren, who's asking a few questions, and actually we have this session basically to answer all your questions. So please let us know if you have any questions about using Link4.
I think Darren's second question, although it's a little unclear, I think it's
when the product will be available.
Yes.
The new interface will be available, as I said, in August, and you will get notification from Link4 when it's ready. Or even if you would like to be one of the first users to use the new interface, please send an email to the support team or through the live chat, and we will make sure your account will be upgraded first before others as well. Great.
Awesome. Yes. I think we've answered all questions, Sam. Let's wait a couple of seconds just to see if there's anybody else. Okay, no, I think I've tackled all questions, Sam. So yeah, with that note, we can conclude today's session. And Sam, thank you so much for leading today's webinar. And of course, as you mentioned, we would like to once again thank our audience for joining us today. Please do stay tuned for upcoming sessions, especially with eInvoicing week coming up next month. Link4 has planned few virtual events. We will be making announcements across our social media platforms, the ATO website, as well as you might receive invitations as well. So stay tuned. Please register for any of the events that are of interest to you. And if you still have any post-webinar questions, please feel free to contact us. You can either reach to us via connect@link4.co, or even you can directly reach out to the support team at support@link4.co. That's all from me as well. Have yourselves a great day.
Thank you. Bye.